Hello everyone, my name is Amber and I hope you're doing well today. Today I'll be teaching you how to make these chewy chocolate chip Oreo marshmallow cookies with some extra textures and bursts of flavors. These cookies are perfectly crispy on the outside and, as you can see, delightfully chewy and delicious on the inside. There's one secret ingredient that I want to show you in this video that gives these cookies their unique texture. This recipe makes about 18 cookies. I'll show you what you need to have and how to do it. Let's get right into it. So the first thing you'll need to do is preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. This will ensure it's warm by the time we need to start baking. So for this recipe, you'll need to separate your wet and dry ingredients. For the wet, you'll need 2 medium-sized eggs at room temperature. That one seems to want to roll away, so let's just put that back there. You'll also need 3/4 cup of butter, melted and cooling to room temperature. And you'll need 1.5 cup of light brown sugar, tightly packed. You'll also need 2 teaspoons of pure vanilla extract. For the dry ingredients, you'll need 2 cups and 2 tablespoons of flour. You'll need 2 teaspoons of salt, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, and 2 teaspoons of cornstarch. Now this cornstarch is a secret ingredient. This is what's going to give your cookies that nice cafe-style chewy texture that we all know and love. So you'll just want to mix your dry ingredients together. I just like to use the teaspoon measurement, just so I'm not cleaning any extra spoons or other utensils later. I find the best way to mix your dry ingredients to ensure that it creates a homogeneous mixture is with a fork. No fancy tools needed here. So after your dry ingredients are mixed, you want to set it aside and start working on your wet mixture. So the first thing you're going to want to do with your wet ingredients is to whisk the butter and sugar together until it's nice and fluffy. For this, I'm just going to use an electric hand mixer, which I clearly had trouble with. So while I try to figure this out, I'm going to let you enjoy some copyright-free music. So as you can see, here's where things got a little bit too messy, and this is entirely my fault. When putting the ingredients into the bowl, I should have put the sugar underneath the butter, so the butter was able to coat the sugar and prevent flyaways. If you make the same mistake as me, it's okay, stuff happens. I just took a rubber spatula, which we'll be needing later on anyways, and scraped down the sides of my bowl. I then took the excess off the spatula with the hand mixer. And everything turned out fine. So after your butter and sugar mixture is light and fluffy, you're going to want to add the eggs and the 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. As you can see here, I just pushed it in a little bit to my mixture before starting to whisk it again to prevent flyaways. So now that your wet ingredients are all mixed, you're going to want to add in your dry ingredients. For this, you're going to fold them in. It's a very long and slow process, but I promise you it's worth it. You definitely don't want any flour clumps in your cookies. Those are super unpleasant. And I promise you, that arm workout will be worth the cookie. Alright, here's the fun part. You get to add whatever you want. Now according to this video's title, I'm adding Oreos, chocolate chip cookies, and marshmallows. You're going to want to fold these ingredients into the cookie dough as to not deflate it, because when the cookies are baking, you want those nice fluffy air pockets. Alright, so after folding it in, your cookie dough should look like this, and it's ready to go in the oven. You want to take any cooking spray and just spray your baking sheets. This will help your parchment paper to stick to the sheet. Alright, so when your parchment paper is on the baking sheet and sprayed, you just want to take a 1/4 cup measurement. Now, I like to use the 1/4 cup because I believe it's almost perfect. You'll see what I mean. So you'll just spray the 1/4 cup to avoid any cookie dough sticking to the inside and scoop out just so that there's a little bit room left over. So you want about this much space left. You're basically using 3/4 of a 1/4 cup measurement. It honestly doesn't have to be perfect. So now you want to traditionally roll the cookie dough into a ball shape, and here's the fun part. You get to rip it in half and smoosh it back together so that the sides that you ripped are facing upwards. This is what's going to give the cookie dough its cool, rough texture. Alright, so when your cookies are all rolled out and ready to bake, they should look like this. I added some extra chocolate chip cookies on top, just so they look better, because why not? So after refrigerating them for about 15 minutes, these bad boys are going into the oven for 12 minutes. 10 minutes if you like them underbaked, and 14 if you like them over. Alright, so when they're done, you want to take them out and they're going to look like this. Don't eat them right now. I know they look tempting, but you gotta let them cool in order for them to take on that chewy texture. Right now they're way too soft, but as they cool down to room temperature, you'll get that nice, chewy, soft texture and crunch on the outside. Alright folks, that's it for today. Please do let me know if you tried this recipe and come back and let me know how it turned out. I hope you love it. Please consider subscribing and look forward to more content. Bye!